Thank you for joining us live from the North Texas Fair and Rodeo, powered in part by Low Voltage Solutions and Classic of Denton.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at the North Texas Fair and Rodeo. I am Diva Girl Ellie, and I am here with Jake Hooker, and we are going to be talking about a little bit of his music here and State Fair food, or not State Fair food, North Texas food. No, I'm kidding. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for stopping in with us.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored to be back, always.
Yes, definitely.
For funnel cakes.
For funnel cakes. Yeah. That's why we're all here. We were talking about that earlier. Well, I haven't had a funnel cake yet, but I'm going to have one. I have to have one, definitely.
For sure.
So we just wanted to chat with you just before you go back out and enjoy the festivities and just give us some little tidbits of knowledge as far as your music career and whatnot. And I know that you started at a very early age. I heard that you started at probably in your toddler years.
Well, I don't know about that, but I was young. I grew up in a house with it. So my dad played and sang, and I had a band, and so just a kid wanting to be like my dad, I guess. And so we, my brother and myself, we always had a guitar in our hand or something like that. So just I don't.
Always drenched in it.
Oh, right. It was always around. So it kind of took from an early age, for me.
Okay, and then I also noticed that you are also a gospel singer.
Yes, well, I am now.
Definitely.
And I guess through all through growing up and going to church as a younger fella, but then not going to church at all. Yeah, of course, and not walking with the Lord at all.
Definitely. I've been there.
Sure, and a lot of folks have. I think that's a lot of people's stories too, and mine's exactly the same. So, but coming back to him, getting to a place in my life where, I had to have him.
Yeah.
I had to have him. There was no other. I tried everything else. I had to have him. And so I finally, we got released a gospel album almost a year ago now. Excuse me. And it's been fantastic, but being in a place to be able to do that, so it's been a fantastic thing.
Journey.
Yes.
Now, I do want to talk about the difference, especially because you're talking about the contrast of country music and also gospel singing.
Sure.
And I know that you're saying you had to have him. So there's you've reached success, or you have, been successful at one thing, and then you were feeling something, there's still something missing.
Sure.
So how did that light bulb come off? You're like, this is it, I have to transition.
Well, sure. And it had nothing to do with my career. It had nothing to do musically with anything. It led into that.
Nice.
But, it's always darkest before the light.
Exactly.
Before that light bulb.
Exactly.
And it was for me. It's no different for me. I was just living this life. I was living, and I say this life, I was living a life that you hear about a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of alcohol for me and things of that and everything that I just lived the life. I'll say that. And it got me. It had me.
Nice.
And so when I say I needed him, I tried everything, but I needed him. And so my life was in a mess, and I'd put myself there, and just running from him is what, and I say this a lot. I crossed so many lines that I just felt I couldn't come back from, and so that's where I was at, and being able to be at that dark point, to have light,
and find your light on your way back.
Exactly, you bet. So. Yes, now it's spilled over into music, and of course, and I've written more songs here just in the last 5 years than I have, I think, ever. And I'm not much of a songwriter, but the last 5 or 6 songs I guess I've written, I haven't been able to get them wrote down fast enough.
Wow.
And they've all been about him.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty cool.
You're really inspired. It's a divine inspiration.
Yes,
It's they're coming out a little bit more easy.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I can't get them wrote down fast enough.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is amazing, because that's not me. I mean, and everything that I hope you see today is not me.
Well, I think it's going to translate out there to everyone, and I hope that the light reaches everyone out there, and they have a good time.
Yes,
they get their funnel cakes, and I hope you have a little bit of fun and get out there and eat the funnel cake too. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with us. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great time out there tonight. Go enjoy the show, and make sure you get some funnel cake. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for being part of our North Texas Fair and Rodeo series, which would not be possible without our friends Low Voltage Solutions and Classic of Denton.